Well, guys, we are back yet again, and we're going to be doing another movie review, and we are obviously going to be looking at Moana 2. Now, I know there was a lot of hype around this film. There was massive hype around this film. Now, again, me being unsure about Disney, about the approaches they've been taking, I was very hesitant on watching this film. My wife wanted to see it, so I was like, okay, let's go ahead and watch it. And surprisingly, I actually did enjoy this film. I didn't have a whole lot of issues with it. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. It had everything I think that the first movie had. Had adventure, had family values, had where you come from values. It had friendship values, a lot of comedy, everything. Now, again, if you guys watch the first one, you obviously should know kind of most of the characters and most of the actors and actresses are returning. You have where Moana herself has now become a wayfinder, where she is been exploring to see if there's other people out on the ocean, and she sees proof that there's been other possible inhabitants on other islands. But then when she comes back to her island, she even has a younger sister now. Her people are growing and they're thriving, but at the same time, they only have so long until there becomes a bigger issue. Now, when she gets a message from the ancestors that if she doesn't do something, she doesn't find other people, then it looks like her inhabitants is just going to be null and void. Now, what happens is she tries to find a way because she's unsure about how long this journey is going to be. She's asked to follow a falling star that they are saying that as a sign from the ancestors. So she gathers a group of different individuals on the island between a boat builder, a scholar, I guess, that knows all about their history, and then also, of course, a farmer. Now they go on this journey, and she's hoping to hoping to run into Maui, and Maui's been having his own issues. He is trying to take on this other deity to where he wants to make sure Moana is not going to be caught up in this. And when this happens, he's captured, and he's pretty much like not in the movie. I would say about half of the movie he's not even in there. And then when he finally gets into the spotlight, they come together, and this entity that was holding him was actually trying to hold on for Moana. That way she kind of catch up because again he was trying to protect her and not have her go up against this unknown storm that was causing the island that was going to connect all the other oceans together, so that way they could be able to connect all the other tribes together. And they come up with a plan of Maui has to try to build up this island that was sunken by this unknown deity, and then Moana and the rest of her gang have to go ahead and fight off this storm and finally be able to save the world. And finally, when this happens, we do see where Maui kind of gives the ultimate sacrifice of being able to sacrifice his power so that we can save everyone. But Moana comes up with another idea of okay, if I can touch the island, then humanity will be able to. If they step on it or they touch it, then we were able to beat it, which she does, and it does look like that she almost perishes in a way, but she does survive yet again to be able to come back after the ancestors help bring her back. And we see maybe she has powers like Maui. Maybe she becomes somewhat of a demigod to her people and to the ancestors as well, to where she gains all this knowledge, all this power to be able to continue to be a wayfinder. But at the same time, we also see when they finally get the island out from the ocean, we see all these other tribes come and learn from each other, and they're finally be able to make it back, and her and her sister have this reuniting, which is really good. But at the same time, they're able to see all these people from all these other tribes come together and finally make it like, hey, we're finally together after however many years. So it was cool to see that, and then see Moana pretty much still go on her journey and be the leader of her people, be the main wayfinder, and be able to explore the ocean, see what else is out there, possible other deities, and be able to explore and become more of a deity herself, is what it seems like. So once again, is there a possibility for a third film? I do believe that. I think Moana pretty much, I would say, reignited the animation of a good movie, that it doesn't have to have a a message behind it, that there doesn't have to be all this, inclusivity or this, BS message or whatever that Disney's been pushing for so long. I think that this movie was fine just the way it is. Was it a perfect movie? No, it was not, but it was still a fun movie. I would say if you're a fan of the original movie, then you're more likely going to enjoy this film. Again, it has everything the first movie had, like I said, from action, adventure, to drama, to comedy, to great action, to musicals as well, especially some of the songs that I would say if you really enjoyed in the first film, you're probably going to find that in this film as well. But overall, very decent movie. Do I see it going for a third one? I do, if they do it correctly and they don't waste their time and they don't exactly try to continue the normal stuff that Disney has been doing. But I'm very happy they did not do that. As far as my knowledge went, they did not do that. We even got to see the little coconut monkeys return as well, where they were in the same, uh, you know, issue that Moana and her people were in, that they just wanted to find their home. And one of them actually goes on the journey with Moana as well. So again, Moana has a lot um, of that adventure appeal to it. And again, I think that they did a very good job with this film. Again, some of the characters you get to know very lightly, especially like the farmer or the one that's a shipbuilder or the one that is a scholar that is a very big fan of Maui, for example. So again, we get to see that in the film as well. So I think a lot of this stuff that they were going to be put in this film was pretty much already building up for the first one to begin with, and kind of see the journey that she's gone through from the last time we saw her to now, and then it's probably going to be the same thing if we see a third one. But what do you guys think about this? Was it a good movie? Was it a bad movie? What was your overall opinion of this film? Let me know about it down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.